Sup, golfers? I'm here at a 6-hole course that just got put in last year called Lions River Park in the township of Zora, Ontario. It's on my way to Woodstock, so I thought it would be a good warm-up to play before playing a longer course. First hole, par 1, 157 feet. I'm going to work on my standstills a little bit. Basket's just right there. I'm thinking a standstill hyzer will be the best way to get there. And that looks pretty good. All right. I'm starting to get pretty happy with how my standstills are coming along as well. I've always relied a lot on my putting to get the job done, but I've been in a putting slump for the last month, so I need to start relying on the rest of my game. Hole 2, it's 156 feet, just kind of straight ahead. There is a tree in the ideal hyzer line, but there is a hyzer line that goes to the outside of it. There's also a little bit of like an anhyzer or turnover line, but I find it really hard to throw a turnover only 156 feet. So I'm going to go with the NB again and just try a standstill hyzer. And yeah, there we go. I wanted to get some putting practice in before Woodstock, so I think I'm going to have to get my standstills a little bit further away so that I can get some better practice. That's what I tell myself. Hole 3, it's another 156-foot kind of stock hyzer shot. I think that tree was standing last year because I came here to practice with the glitch. And now it's just kind of wide open. Anyway, another hyzer. Starting to get good at those. I'm actually a really big fan of these shorter courses just because I like to drive around a lot, and if I'm ever driving somewhere and I see like a little course on the way, I just think it's a lot of fun to pull over and play it. And if it's only 6 or 9 holes and it's not too much of a commitment, and it's also a really good way to get new players into the sport. Like, it's not as imposing and difficult with all of the water holes and everything. So it's really just a bunch of easy exercise in my opinion. Hole 4, the first one that might actually be a little bit tricky. It's 218 feet. It is straight ahead, but there is just a little bit of a low ceiling. And it's just kind of like the trees kind of come into the line for the basket. So the ideal place seems to be either something very low that skips up to it or get something that flexes on its way. I'm going to keep trying with the standstills. Might be a bit short, we'll see. Yeah, I left it a touch short. It's just an edge of circle putt. Putting's back. Hole 5, mixing things up a bit. It's 149 feet stock hyzer this time. So I'm just going to keep doing what's been working. I got that way too straight. I thought it was 155 feet. Hole 6, the last hole of the course, which is really kind of funny to say. It's 148 feet. It's just dead straight. Now, there isn't much room for a hyzer. There is a little bit, but it's impractical at this distance. I'm just going to throw straight at it with an NB. There we go. So that's Lions River Park. It's pretty easy. It's fun. It's fun if it's on your way and you just want a little bit of upshot practice. I don't really think it's worth like traveling long distances for, but it's also really good that there is an option here for the community to play it. I really should have done some ace runs to make that a little bit more interesting. I guess it's technically a perfect round. Oh, Pro Tour, if you're looking for anyone to sign, I'm basically Paul Macbeth now, and I went to Harvard for a day as a tourist.